Well, hello everyone and welcome. I am Stephanie of Creatively Miss Me, YouTube tips and more. Now, I'm doing the menopause thing, and so I'm going, oh, this is the wrong channel. I'm YouTube tips and more, where I help you with YouTube tips. And I've been doing a series on time management. So let's go ahead and jump into today's lesson. And then I hope you enjoy it. And we will come back in at the end and answer any questions that you may have. So I'm going to share my screen. Hello, everyone. I am Stephanie of Creatively Miss Me, YouTube tips and more. Now, I try to make YouTube a bit easier for the beginner and the seasoned YouTuber. Today, we're going to talk about easy batch filming with a simple checklist. So, if you want to know more, you know what to do. Stick around. Tonight's sponsor is $5 Jewelry Paradise, where your independent consultant is Terry Donald. Now I have the link for all the information down below. So when you go, tell her Stephanie sent you. Are you tired of feeling overwhelmed every time you sit down to film? Most creators struggle to stay organized and end up wasting hours of valuable time. That's why batch filming can be a total game changer. It streamlines your content creation process, making it easier and more efficient. Filming can be a daunting task, especially when you're faced with time constraints. You've got a million things to do, and filming is just one of them. Lack of organization is another major challenge. You've got a script to write, equipment to set up, and a million other details to take care of. Many creators feel burnt out from constantly trying to come up with new ideas and filming content on the spot. This burnout can lead to a decrease in video quality, which can be frustrating for both the creator and your audience. On top of that, filming can be unpredictable. Things don't always go as planned, and that can be really frustrating. When it comes to easy batch filming, having a checklist is essential. First, you've got to plan out your content. What are you going to film? How are you going to film it? Next, you've got to set up your equipment. Make sure your camera is ready, your lights are good, and your sound is on point. You also need to schedule your filming sessions. When you're going to film and how long is each section going to be. Having a checklist helps you stay organized and focused so that you can get the most out of your filming sessions. Using this checklist has completely transformed my own filming process. I used to spend hours trying to come up with ideas and filming content on the spot, but now I can film a week's worth of content in just one day. I've also noticed a significant decrease in stress and burnout. I feel more energized and motivated to create high quality content. Now, the checklists have helped me to stay organized and focused so I can get the most out of my filming sessions. I've even been able to experiment with new ideas and formats, which have been really fun and creatively fulfilling. Tongue tied. Batch filming can save so much time and reduce stress in your content production. With a simple checklist, you can streamline your filming process and make it more efficient. Now, I do have some forms to help you to organize your filming and also for batch filming, and I do use those. So I am going to include the link down below to my website where you can download the batch filming and the video recording film, the video checklist. I'm sorry. I'm going to load that down below. It's very helpful. Now I'm going to share with you my simple way that I do get ready for my weekly filming and also with batch filming. Now here is my spreadsheet where I've already picked out all my topics for the year. Yes, that's the Stephanie way. I've picked out all my topics that I'm going to do for the year on YouTube Tips and More. I have my scheduled times for announcements, for when the flyers go out, when I post on community tabs, my shorts, and my lives, and what time my lives are. And in the section next to it, I have my description, my hashtags, and this needs to be edited. I don't know why I haven't done this yet. I started adding this section in, which will be my hooks. And you know, hooks are important when we do a video of any sort of fashion. Let me fix this right quick. Where is it? Okay. This section here is my hooks. It makes it easier for me when I get ready to film something and I'm doing a flyer or something, I can have the hook already here. Okay. Now, what I'm sharing with you today is how I use my forms, which is the video checklist and the batch filming checklist. Okay. So here's my form as I stated. So what I have is here is my YouTube Tips and More checklist, is my weekly checklist. Now on this checklist, it has the video title. Here, there's a highlighted area is the show title. Then it has the announcement upload, the announcement time and date, the community tab. Later, when I post the things, come up on later, my shorts, my scheduled show date and time. Also here, the video status. Did I create my script? Did I film my script? Create a title, create a thumbnail, announcement video, a short. Did I film it? Have I uploaded it? Did I film and upload the short? Here I have, did I edit my footage? Did I do any voiceovers? Added any effects? Did I add my music? Did I add my end cards and iCards? Did I add it to a playlist? Have I uploaded it to private? Please remember to upload to private. Okay, next is, have I published it or scheduled it to go out? Also on my checklist, I remind myself on later, did I post in my email if I do an email mail out for it? And then I have my Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Thread, TikTok, LinkedIn, and again, where I double check to make sure I did my shorts. Over here on this section, I put my description that I'm going to put down in my description box and any hashtags. Okay? That's what this form does for me. This form has everything I need. So when I'm planning, I can plan everything for that video. So I'm going to go ahead and put everything in for this information on this video. So I'm going to go on and go on. Now here's all the information that comes up. All right, when I do my process, when I do the mail merge. Now, if anyone is interested in learning how to do it with mail merge and set this up, let me know down below in the description and I'll do a video where I show you step by step how I do the form on my computer and how mail merge put everything in it so when I print it off, it's ready to go. So let me know if you want to know that down below. Now here as you see, it says number 3, which is, this is the third in my list. Then it says batch filming made easy with this checklist. Then it gives you the time of everything that is going on. Then it films in over here my description and the video hashtags. And then on my own is where I go in and I check. Okay, did I write my script? Yes. Have I filmed the part of my script? Yes. Did I create a title? Yes. Have I created my thumbnail? Yes, I've created the thumbnail. Did I do an announcement video? And I have kind of turned back on doing announcement videos. I was told that was a waste of time just to put out my flyers. So this section I will be eliminating here soon. But if I'm doing a collaboration, I do have an announcement video that goes out when I do collaborations. Now here is the shorts. Did I do my short? If I'm doing one, and then did I film and upload it? And I'll go in and I check all the information off by hand to make sure that I did all of that. And then when I go into later.com, I go in and make sure I sent my flyers or my shorts out to all my social media. And I check that off as well. So that's how I do with my checklist to make sure that everything is ready for a video. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you my next one, which is the batch film one. While we're here, don't forget to give your girl a thumbs up. Also comment and share my content. Now, under Creatively Miss Me, I have 3 channels. The main channel is Creatively Miss Me, Decorating on a Budget. Second channel is Creatively Miss Me, YouTube Tips and More. And my third channel is Creatively Miss Me, Healthy Tips and More. Also, I would love for you to follow me on my social media accounts. I hope you like what you see and you subscribe to one or all of my channels and my social media accounts. Now, let's jump back into the show. Now, here is my batch filming checklist. Now, what I do is I plan out my batch filming videos. I normally pick a topic that I'm using and put the theme of the topic. Like now I'm doing time management. So this would say time management up top. Then it would schedule it and what date I'm going to do the filming. I'll put all that up here in this corner. Then for my video topics, I have topic 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now for decorating on a budget, this is 2 weeks worth of content because I put up a video twice a week on there. On YouTube Tips and More, this channel, I only film on Sundays. So this is 4 weeks worth of content. Now, what I do with that channel, I do my lesson. I do the lecture part where I add in, all the bells and whistles. I do that with my batch filming. Now, for Healthy Tips and More, because on Wednesdays, I started doing a live on Wednesday nights at 5:45 p.m., a plug for there, where I'm talking about perimenopause and menopause. This is 4 weeks worth of content right here when I film 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Next, we go to scout 2 or more locations to film, if possible. Now, you prep your scene. That means you clean your area, you remove any distractions, and you repeat it for the second location. That's if you're going to move around. And you set your props up. So that means if you're doing a haul, you have all the stuff you're going to haul, all the bags sitting right there. If you want to take them out the bags, you can. If you don't, you don't. You take them out while you film. That's all up to you. If you're cooking, you pull everything out that you're going to use, all your spices and seasonings and whatever. It's all ready to go. All right. Next, you're going to gather your gear. That means your camera. You're going to set your camera up and you're going to get your camera frame shot ready, where you point your camera to the area you're going to be sitting in or standing in and make sure that it's in frame. Then you're going to make sure that you have your SD card in your camera. Well, wait a minute. Let me go back up a step. Next, you're going to go to prep all your gear. You're going to make sure that your batteries are charged. You're going to make sure that you clear your SD card that's in your camera. You're going to make sure that your batteries are charged and that you charge your laptop. So all this gear needs to be charged. I do it the night before. So that way when I get up the next morning, I just take everything off its chargers and they're fully ready to go. Next, you gather your gear, which is you get your camera that night before. If you have the area to do this, you set your camera up in the frame where you're going to be sitting or standing. You want to frame it and make sure you're in the right spot. Next, you're going to add your SD card to make sure it's in its right place. You want to put your lighting up and make sure that your lighting is in the right spot, that your ring light is set up or your umbrella lights, whatever you use, and everything is in its appropriate place. Then you're going to make sure that your props and products, make sure again that they're there. Then you're going to have your change of clothes. Now, some people like to change their tops when they're doing batch filming so it doesn't look like you are doing batch filming. That's why when I do batch filming, I make sure that I have on shorts or pants, but you only see me from maybe a little bit below, above the waist and up. You don't see me the whole time if I'm doing batch filming. But if I'm doing like a tablescape or clean with me and I'm cleaning my home, then, you see the whole outfit. So the next thing is extra camera batteries. If you charge your battery the night before and you're not doing a video that's very long, because each battery has a certain battery life, you may not need an extra battery, but sometimes you do. So if you need to get you an extra battery, then check out Amazon, because I just ordered me an extra backup battery just to be safe. Now, your mics. Now, my mic, I have a boom mic that comes on top of my camera, but I also have one that I wear clipped on my clothes if I'm walking around and doing stuff and I want to talk while I'm doing it. I try to make sure that is charged as well, and have it placed where I need it in case I'm going to use it for that video. Next, like I said, I keep my laptop handy so I can look at the video really quick and see if there's anything that I need to reshoot. And then my favorite drink. So I always try to make sure that I have water, tea, whatever I'm drinking that day, have something near me if I'm doing a lecture or doing a lot of talking. That way I can take a sip to wet my throat as I'm talking. Like now, bottle of water. Then I go down and I preview my video and audio on my computer. That's why I keep the computer handy. That way, if anything gets messed up, I can go back. If it's something that's minor, I can go and fix it. But if the video totally is too much to be done, then I know I need to go back and redo it. Now, then you record your first video. You switch up your background and your props. You repeat, and you batch produce thumbnails or overshoot for more options later. Now, this part here is like when you filming your batch filming. You do your first video, you switch your backgrounds or props. All right. Then you do the same thing. You repeat for all 4 videos. Because some days I may do 4 in the morning and then take a break, and I may do 4 more for another channel. That's if it's not, a lot of detail to it. Because I'm not as young as I used to be, so I cannot, I can't produce 12 videos in one day anymore. All right, and then at the bottom where it says batch produce thumbnails or overshoot more options later. So that means when you're doing a video and you're recording, some of the cameras come with a button where you can click it to take a picture, so you can pose and take a picture. But what I do, which I find that works well for me, is when I'm recording and I see a shot that I think of a shot that I want to do ahead of time, I sit there and I hold it still for a minute. I count to 10 in my head, and then I move. So that lets me know that pose is one I want to use as my thumbnail, or maybe have several different pictures for my thumbnail. But I also, too, when I get through filming, if I'm doing a clean with me or a tablescape or decorating my home, I always have afterwards take my camera and I take extra shots just in case I don't like the ones that I picked out in the beginning, that I do have others to use. Now, this batch filming thing works really well for me. It has helped me so much, because if I'm planning on just doing a video, then that's when I use the other form. That's when I use the YouTube tips and more weekly form, or decorating on a budget, or healthy tips and more form. I use that. But if I'm doing batch filming, I use this one. I already have the other forms filled out. Don't get me wrong. I have those filled out with the information for each video. And then on the day of batch filming, I have this one. So I know, okay, I'm doing this, and this, and that. And then it makes it so much easier for me to get the videos done. So if you're interested again in any of these forms that I have, contact me. They are on my website for the batch filming and for the video checklist. So let's get back into the video. And thank you for watching. And if you have any other tips that you think that would be helpful to other creators, please share them in the comment section below. You know, I love to read your comments. Also, if you have any questions, please just ask me and I'll help you as much as possible. I hope the video today on batch filming made easy with checklists was helpful. If you're interested in learning more, check out the other videos in this series. The links will be below. Now, don't forget to give your girl a thumbs up, share, and like my video. And if you're not a member, subscribe and click that notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a video. And don't forget to follow me on my social media accounts. The links are in the description box.
Now, does anyone have any questions about the forms as far as batch filming is concerned? Because batch filming is a godsend. It helps me stay ahead. And with when life is lifing, I can get ahead. I can plan my day and do my filming because I have schedules set up on days that I film, certain days that I edit. And I try not to do something every day. I try not to film every day or wait to the last minute because then I'll have a headache and it won't be the best. But I try to, excuse me, I have days set up on my schedule that are for filming and editing. And then I have a day that I sit down and I just read all of the lessons that I have that I'm going to do a lecture quote for this channel and for Healthy Tips and More. I'll sit and I'll read so many one after the other. Sometimes I can do 4 or 5, maybe if it's a good day, I could do 8 or 9. And I'll read all the voices, all the lesson plans, or the schedule, or the scripts, excuse me. I read all the scripts, one right the other. So then later on, I'll come back when it's editing day and I'll cut them up and I'll, get them ready for whatever channel they go for. But I try to have everything done on certain days so I don't get burnt out and get overwhelmed. That's why I do batch filming so I can sit in one day and I could probably do, like I said, I could do maybe 4 videos in one day. And sometimes I do 8. I may do 4 that morning and 4 that evening. Depends on what type of video it is. And if it's a clean with me, I may do 2 clean with me's. So it just varies. I try to make it where it's easier on me, where I can get things done. So if life is lifing, I can have content out there. Because at one point I was sick and my husband got sick and he was in the hospital, but nobody knew because I had done a lot of batch filming and all my videos were playing and no one knew that, that he was in the hospital and I was in the hospital if my videos came out. So that's why I enjoy batch filming because life be lifing over here on this lane. So does anyone have any questions about batch filming? And also remember, you can go on my website. If you want to use those forms, you can download them for free. So next week, we're going to be talking about boosting your film skills with 6 tips. So that'll be something new for next week. And I think I have maybe 4 more on time management because I'm trying to get people to be more organized so you won't be overwhelmed or get burnt out doing YouTube because you do get burnt out. I do have some people that started with me that are no longer doing YouTube because they got burnt out. It became overwhelming to them to try to keep up with the Joneses. So, with that being said, tonight I'm going to go ahead and log off and let you go because tonight is playoffs. and your girl loves her basketball. And so the game starts at 7. I want to make sure that we have our dinner and snacks ready to eat while we're watching the game. So if you have any questions or anything you want to know about on batch filming, shoot your girl an email or an IG, and I will get to you as soon as possible. And as always, you be blessed, and I will see you next week.